Hi, I'm Corey, and I have too many tapes. Mary Lou Retton, Olympic gymnast, gold medalist, evangelical, ridiculously enthusiastic Ronald Reagan supporter, and kids entertainer? When you're America's sweetheart, there's nothing you can't do, but plenty of things you probably shouldn't do. And making a Christian children's TV show with puppets from the guys who created Critters is pretty high on that list. Let's get right to it. I give you 2001's Mary Lou's Flip-Flop Shop. First off, we have to talk about what you're seeing here. Namely, the whole frame. I didn't crop this. This tape is presented in letterboxed widescreen, which is a byproduct of the fact that the Flip-Flop Shop was the first PBS children's show ever filmed and broadcast in high definition. So, naturally, instead of making the sensible decision and pan and scanning this bad boy, the fine, detail-obsessed folks at Tommy Nelson took the high-def files and squeezed it into a VHS tape's 333 horizontal lines of resolution. And I stretched that to 4K, so I may be guilty of some kind of video crime. We're just looking at pixel trash at this point. Anyway, back to the content. We open on a weirdly quiet theme song that's low on energy but high on terrifying puppets. More on them later.
So come along and join us on this chase is gonna stop at the one and only no baloney Flip-Flop Shop.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Flip-Flop Shop!
Why do all these shows start with someone coming into a door? The Flip-Flop Shop, the Knock Knock Show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Pee-wee's Playhouse. It's like we're extremely polite home invaders. Speaking of Pee-wee's Playhouse, the production designer on this one also did the set for Pee-wee. This is one of those shows where they obviously didn't cut any corners in the production of the thing. It's glossy and impressive, even if the whole design feels a little like a fever dream of a 6-year-old that's on their third day home from school in a Robitussin-fueled semi-coma. That being said, the intangibles, the writing, the concept, the whole idea, it's all a little sweaty. They never explain what the Flip-Flop Shop is. They sell nothing. They have a staff but no inventory. They put on plays, but it's not a theater. Is it an art gallery? Some kind of bohemian performance space? We may never know. 20 seconds in, and we're already seeing just horrible nightmares in puppet form. And now, thanks to the magic of the Wayback Machine, I have the official character descriptions complete with high-res images, so we can describe and see these abominations of nature in complete detail. Okay, so let's pause right here. Right to left. Let's go. This is LZ Bones. His description reads, moving at half speed, LZ Bones would rather sleep in his favorite chair than pitch in at the Flip-Flop Shop. We are literally seeing him carry a ladder right now, but go off. While he usually gets dragged against his will into singing or dancing, LZ Bones ends up enjoying and learning from the shop's activities. I don't hate LZ. I understand him. I love chairs. Chairs are good. Have you ever been the least athletic friend in a group and they keep trying to get you to go hiking or biking or running with them? That's LZ, and I feel for him. Leave LZ alone. Also, Mary Lou is definitely shaming fat people for being lazy, but let's face it, she's not exactly woke, is she? The next thing I'm about to show you may scar you, so fair warning. This is Jumpy. I know, I'm sorry. Mary Lou's enthusiastic sidekick and best friend Jumpy exudes bouncy, acrobatic playfulness. Though Jumpy does not verbalize her enthusiasm, her infectious energy conveys the fun in being physically active. Okay, so Jumpy is not only a terrifying human-sized green monkey, but an entirely silent one. I hate everything about Jumpy as a creature. I hate her gloves. I hate her gigantic feet. I hate that they just cut eye holes into the mask so you can see her actual human eyeballs. I hate the weird nodes on her knees and elbows. It's all just so wrong. And it's also weird that she's silent, because she's played by Lucy Christian, the voice actress behind Uraraka in My Hero Academia. Again, weirdly stacked cast. And that lady that looks like the Wendy's mascot got put in GoldenEye 64's big head mode? That's Miss Warble. With a tool belt full of imaginative props that can be used for everything from musical instruments to exercise gadgets, Miss Warble sings her way into children's hearts. As the Flip-Flop Shop's custodian, she keeps the shop in tip-top order, serving as an example of how organization skills can help everything run smoothly. Miss Warble is annoying, but I kinda like her. In terms of sheer character design, she's the most interesting of the bunch, and she exudes a sort of big Miss Frizzle energy. In this episode, she's playing double duty, and definitely not living up to her character description. We'll get to that later, though. You see, this episode is about hurrying, which, okay, Mary Lou, This is a little bit loose as lessons go. The show is a rotating cast of kid characters, so all of the children in this episode are new. We have no connection to them. They're essentially filler, even though they're important to the story. The Flip Flop Shop is putting on a play, and it makes so little sense. It's entitled Flip Flop Shop's Great Vegetable Patch Mystery.
Better known as the case of the crunchy carrots.
Who are you? I both hate and love you simultaneously. Why are you wearing a suit? Why don't you have a name? I'm gonna call you Morris. Morris Mouse, cousin of Rizzo the Rat. We meet our kids. Shelby is the lead in this play about vegetables that stars almost exclusively fruits. Seriously, the lead is a strawberry and the supporting cast are grapes and bananas. And Mary Lou does a cartwheel. We're gonna get a lot of that in this show. Gotta keep reinforcing her brand to a bunch of 5-year-olds. Next, we have a song about putting on a show. The main takeaway from it is that Mary Lou can't really sing.
Everybody gather for the big event. We're gonna put on a show. Haul out the lights and put up the tent.
She's not bad per se, but she's untrained, rough, a little bit flat. It's not enough to sink the show, but it's definitely another drop in the hubris bucket for her. Was that a Professor Owl? Let me check the character bios. Oh, yes. A patient, wise owl, Professor Blinky is known for speaking in riddles or dropping hints to help the Flip Flop Shop children learn new ideas. Though she always knows the right answer, just like every smart teacher, she lets children exercise their own brain power. These character bios are very condescending.
We've got the tickets and the costumes too. Some of us are working on the set. Get your friends and family to come with you. Some of us are gonna bring our pets. Oh no, you're not!
This whole show, so sweaty. Everything is technically moving forward, but none of it stands up to any detailed scrutiny. Why are you going to bring your pet to the show, child? Why is your pet a stuffed chicken?
Break a leg and knock 'em dead and lay 'em in the aisles are phrases you gotta know.
Sure, just to introduce another character in the middle of the song, make me get the bio sheet back out, why don't you? This charming but clumsy delivery man brings instant laughs with his shock of red hair and too small uniform. Riding his trusty tricycle, the gangly Mr. Bump introduces interesting new items to the Flip Flop Shop and is always excited about joining in shop activities. In a show that's full of caricatures, Mr. Bump is probably the broadest sketch of a person I've seen. He's like if Squidward was outgoing, if that makes sense. Anyway, the song goes on for way too long, and we return to a familiar Too Many Tapes theme at this point. Kids barely knowing the choreography they're lackadaisically performing.
Everybody gather for the big event. We're gonna put on a show. Haul out the lights and put up the tent. We're gonna put on a show.
You know how I can tell this show is shot on multiple cameras?
Come on, gang, we really want to do our very best, so forget the status quo. Let me see that you can be a...
This shot. You know she can't move her head too much, or that giant wig will just plummet to the floor, so they kept her in the background and had her do something light. But when they're editing this whole thing together, somebody said, "Dang, these kids just don't know the blocking. Do we have another shot we can cut away to?" And now we have Miss Warble's shame preserved for all time in HD SD 4K glory.
Practice your diction, keep your posture straight. Always walk with arrogance and style.
Wait, he's the director of the show now? You know what? Fine. The Squidward vibes continue.
Don't forget to always wear a smile.
Mary Lou is just so high energy in this. Too high energy. Distressingly high energy. The show has an energy problem. The kids are all day players, essentially, and they have no investment in the long-term strength of the show. So we put ourselves in the weird situation where they're kind of subdued and dour, and the adults are trying to pick up the slack in a worryingly manic way. Usually in a show for little kids, you're trying to adopt a bit of an exaggeratedly excited persona to liven up things and hold young attention spans, but here it feels like Mary Lou's a mom who just yelled at her 5 kids in the car, realized that she went too far, and then remembered that, oh yeah, they're all on a 10-hour road trip, and she tries to salvage the whole ordeal by having everyone sing a Raffi song at the top of their lungs. Like, maybe if she pretends to be having the time of her life, some of the energy will bleed off, like she's speaking it into existence. A cheaper mom version of The Secret, which honestly may just be the secret.
Come on, Elsie, join the fun and help us out.
Oh, no, 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 no!
This is my point exactly. Elsie is doing fine on the recliner. He says, no, 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 no. Don't do this to him. Let him sit. He was perfectly happy. You're all monsters.
Working with your friends is what it's all about.
What every 6-year-old loves. A chorus line.
Come on, let's put on it. Come on, let's put on it. Come on, let's put on a show. Let's put on a show.
Excuse me? What? Go back. No, 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 please. I can't. No, don't let the chair be alive. What are the hands? Why does the chair have hands? We cut away from it almost instantly, so I don't have any solid answers for you. I'm sorry. The mystery of the chair hands haunts me to this day. Our main kid has karate practice, so she pieces out. And now we have the ascendancy of our very own tin pot dictator, Mr. Bump. He's one of those yelling directors. He's the living embodiment of histrionics, and he harangues poor blameless Miss Warble into being the temporary star while the Karate Kid is missing.
Do you know the lines?
Well, no, not...
Do you know the dances?
Maybe?
Can you do it? You must always know your stage left, stage right. Being careful for your line of sight. Pay attention and you will go far. Knowing upstage from downstage will help you earn a higher wage. And very soon you will become a star.
The show gets so in the weeds with its technical theater obsession that they wrote an entire song about theater terminology. It's commendable, but at the same time, again, this is a show for 6-year-olds. What are we even doing here, Mr. Bump? Why am I watching 2 adults in cartoon wigs sing about my line of sight?
Now, in this scene, you're in a big round costume, all red, and you say...
To beat or not to beat? That is the question.
Ah, yes. What every 6-year-old loves. Shakespeare jokes.
Splendid. I'm feeling it. No, you turn and address a large cornfield. Line.
Friends, colonels, countrymen, lend me your ears.
Ah, yes. What every 6-year-old loves. 2 Shakespeare jokes.
Nice you can make it. Shelby, you're 30 minutes late. What? What? Has Miss Warble taken over my role?
Just until you could get here, but we needed to rehearse.
Shelby is back from karate and has thrown herself into a world of sass. Nothing matters to her, though. She may be sad that she missed rehearsal, but the handful of Quaaludes she apparently took should really smooth her out. That's mean. She's just a kid. But also, she's just so flat. With that level of energy, I'm genuinely surprised she was cast as the lead in this play at all. She doesn't really have any star qualities. Not like Miss Warble. Miss Warble is going straight to the top, I say! Give me 400 shares of Miss Warble!
I'm sorry, Shelby. We waited all day for you, and now rehearsals are over.
I got here as soon as I could.
Unfortunately, not soon enough.
But...
Oh, I'm sorry, my dear. That's life in the theater.
Uh-oh. Everything was perfect. Well, that is until Shelby chose karate over rehearsals and Mr. Bump chose Miss Warble over waiting for Shelby.
Did Mary Lou just stop time? Are we in another Shakespeare reference with this soliloquy?
Everything has flip-flopped.
I see what you did there. I wish I didn't.
I love art of all kinds. It can take you different places, introduce you to new people, and tell you things that words cannot.
CGI was a mistake. We're cursed because of its invention. The segment just kind of showcases kids' art from around the country. I guess it's semi-interactive. It's the television equivalent of your mom's fridge.
Mary Lou! Listen, we need 15 Care costumes, we need 10 Care top heads, we need to pick up the paint, sew the curtain, and we need 117 folding chairs!
We're back as Miss Warble is preparing the finishing touches on the play. She seems to be in charge of the technical production, as well as playing the lead. We're inching dangerously close to Tommy Wiseau territory here.
I've got to hurry, hurry, rush around. My feet can barely touch the ground. There really is so much that must be done.
What's the hurry? What's the worry? Why not just have fun?
Don't you see us rushing, zooming?
No, I smell the roses blooming.
Why should I be listening to you?
We now get a song about hurrying and trying to get things done that's kind of a competing round. It has LZ taking the opinion that you shouldn't have to hurry, and Miss Warble complaining that she needs to hurry. It's filler, but it's kind of adorable filler, and I'm a sucker for a canon musically. That is, until... No, go away. Please go away. I don't think I can ever sit in a recliner again. Excellent use of reverse psychology, Mary Lou.
It's early morning, Modesto, California. You're a bright red strawberry, ripe for the picking, nodding your head in the early morning light. Now, action!
I was once a pale, puny strawberry, wilting on the vine. But with this new fertilizer, you'll be my witness. I'll never go hungry again.
Ah yes, what every 6-year-old loves. Gone with the Wind jokes.
Now I'm bright red and ripe for the picking. For I know, no matter what, tomorrow is another day.
I knew she was gonna say that.
We now cut to Mary Lou and the kids in a seemingly unrelated scene where they talk about Shelby's many absences. With alarming speed, Shelby materializes through the door. Apparently, she was learning the minute waltz, something all kids do, right? And she gets chastised by this blonde kid again.
Then why did it take you an extra 20 minutes?
That kid is a messy bench who loves drama.
Shelby, you have to come to rehearsals.
Unfortunately, you've missed way too many rehearsals, and it has placed me in an uncomfortable position.
Shelby's getting replaced by Miss Warble because Miss Warble, shows up to rehearsals and deals with Mr. Bump's nonsense regularly.
in the role, though I'm sure it was the direction.
But I can do it. I've never failed at doing it all.
I will have to decide which of my starring strawberries...
Seriously, is she on, Tylenol with codeine? What did they give her? She seems so tired. But then she runs away. Enter Professor Blinky, the owl we talked about earlier. Mary Lou tells Blinky about how Shelby wants to be the best at everything, and Blinky tells Mary Lou the story of the tortoise and the hare, except, well, just listen for yourself.
Remember that old story about the tortoise and the hare? The hare wanted everyone to see how fast he could run, but he kept running in circles and tiring himself out before he could finish the race. The tortoise moved much slower, but straight to the finish line, so he completed the race before the hare and became the winner.
Oh, so the tortoise had just one job to do and finish that job.
Yes, that's right, Mary Lou.
One of the simplest fables in the world, and they've somehow managed to completely botch it. What has historically been a tale about overconfidence versus determination has been oversimplified and stripped of any value judgments. The hare wasn't overambitious, he was cocky. The show wants Shelby to stay in her lane, but she's a kid. She wants to try everything. She can be great at whatever she wants to try. Maybe the thing she's not great at is time management. That's the teachable moment right there, not this scuttling of a young girl's ambition. We get a pretty lazy reprise of that Hurry Hurry song with some genuinely baffling choreography.
Just keep moving, just keep grooving, you know what to do.
Behold and wonder as an aggressively 4'9" woman does a jig. Behold, I say! The kids are just walking in a circle up and down these stairs. They're not making any progress. They are stuck in an endless hell loop in a cartoon prison. Their guards are unsympathetic and nightmarish as they jig and heel kick and prance around, their turmoil unceasing, their punishment unending. Mid-song, Shelby has basically given up the role. The resolution is pretty obvious at this point. She gives the role to Miss Warble, who accepts gratefully. We then cut away to a PSA about bananas.
Besides being delicious, bananas are a great source of potassium. Potassium is good for our bodies because it helps our hearts stay healthy and beating strong. Now that's awesome. Long and yellow and so much fun to peel, they always make a monkey start to squeal.
This kid has the cadence of a McElroy brother.
Put them in cereal and yogurt too. Can't think of a better fruit. Can you? Be careful where you put the banana skin. Don't want someone to slip and hurt their chin.
I mean, I don't need to be told a banana is good. Most kids don't either. Kids like bananas. Everybody likes bananas. Who hates bananas? Even LZ Bones likes bananas.
A banana might actually hit the spot.
I am the lady with the charming hat. I jumped out of the fruit, now imagine that.
Ah, yes. What every 6-year-old loves. Carmen Miranda. Anyway, now to the heartwarming conclusion.
Shelby, you're giving up being the star of the show?
Mary Lou, I thought I had to be the best at everything or you wouldn't like me.
Oh, Shelby, no way!
Love you just the way you are. Thanks, guys.
They deny it, but it's totally true. They've been talking smack about her behind her back for like 3 weeks straight. Especially Banana Boy over there.
Just like a rabbit I once heard about. I've been running around in too many circles. I think I'd just like to sit this one out and watch you guys run the race.
Oh dear, we've murdered Aesop again.
Photo op! LZ!
Watch the birdie.
Wait, are we not gonna see the play? I wanna see the play. It's just gonna be bad fruit puns and old movie references. That basically sounds like a B-tier episode of The Muppet Show, and I'm for that. Instead, we get...
Wow, what a busy day. It sure was fun, and we got a lot done. But I don't think God meant for us to be this busy all the time. Remember when Professor Blinky explained how animals need rest? Well, we need rest too, and I believe God wants us to rest. Why? Well, first of all, it helps us to stay healthy. But He also wants us to take time to think about Him. When we think about God, we're spending time with God. And He loves that, just like I love spending time with you.
Mary Lou is trying to thread a weird triple needle here. She wants kids to eat healthy, exercise, and love Jesus. It's kind of her downfall in this show. She's serving too many masters, running around in too many circles. As a concept, the show is too complex. Either have it be a simple and silly life lesson show about various ways to be healthy and happy, or lean really heavy into the gospel and talk a bunch about Jesus. Just pick one. Are you worried that kids won't want to watch your show unless it's about a lot of Hey, wait a minute!
Wow, it looks like we're out of time for today.
Wait, it's over? That was alarmingly short.
But before you know it, we'll be right back here.
Let's kick, let's hop, let's bang and drop.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
You can flop, you can flip, and you can flop. Go north, go south. Yes, north and to the south. Funny faces, blah. Rah, 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 rah. You can flip, you can flop. You can do anything at the flip-flop shop.
What a strange piece of media. Just so singularly bizarre. It's yet another wacky and zany kid show that makes me appreciate the inspired lunacy of something like The Knock Knock Show, which is genuinely trying something daring aesthetically. This one is just Pee-wee pastiche. Unsurprisingly, at the end of the day, they only made 13 episodes of the Flip Flop Shop. I guess you can do anything at the flip-flop shop, except make it to syndication. Thank you for watching Too Many Tapes. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell wherever the bell has gotten off to these days. This video is sponsored by viewers like you. If you want to force me to watch more horrible tapes, you can contribute to my Patreon. The link is in the description. If you donate $20 or more a month, you get to be a part of the ultimate zone of ultimate power and have your name in the credits in a giant font like Chase Smith. For $10 a month, you're a part of the zone of less ultimate but still quite powerful power, which is like the ultimate zone of ultimate power but slightly smaller. And for $5 a month, you are literally the glue that holds this whole thing together, and you have access to fun features, like getting to vote on new episodes. I genuinely appreciate each and every single one of you more than I can possibly say. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Too Many Tapes.